Bidsy Small Business Society number 124.
Thank you for joining us today on Bidsy Small Business Society. I'm Rob Barasoff. We talk to entrepreneurs and small business owners about what it takes to succeed as a small business owner. Connect with Bidsy Small Business Society at bidsy.com and grow your business. Bidsy.com is the website that connects customers and respected local businesses. Customers post projects for free in any of over 100 categories, including all types of home renovation, landscaping, cleaning services, photography, and many, many more. Now, if you're a business, Bidsy.com is a great way to find new customers because you are automatically notified each time a customer posts a project in your subscribed categories. So for example, let's say you own a roofing company and a customer posts a project in our roofing category. You are automatically notified via email or text, and you can submit a bid at bidsy.com or use our internal chat system to introduce yourself to the customer and give them reasons why they should use you to complete their project. Monthly subscriptions start at $14.99. That's $14.99 per month for unlimited access to new customers and unlimited bidding at bidsy.com. Email rob@bidsy.com for more details or start your 30-day free trial now at bidsy.com.
Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining me today on Bidsy Small Business Society. With me is Cody. Craig is a certified tax coach, certified public accountant, business owner, and former New York City police officer with 17 years on the force. He is also the co-author of the Amazon bestseller, Secrets of a Tax-Free Life. This will be an interesting and enlightening episode from both a personal and business perspective because I want to dig Craig for details around tax resolution, tax planning, and other areas of interest for growing businesses. So welcome, Craig. Can you first tell us more about yourself, then about what projects you're working on today?
Oh, great. Yeah, thank you very much for having me, Rob. Really excited. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. Well, this is a second career, so I'm a very lucky person to have two careers. As you noted earlier, I served 17 years in the police department, retiring as a lieutenant, working with a lot of great people. I left in 2000, got into accounting, became a CPA with a pretty diverse background, and I started my own practice about 7 years ago.
Now, Craig, the million-dollar question you've heard a million times before, but how do you go from protecting the mean streets of New York as a cop to protecting people from the IRS as a tax coach?
Well, it's kind of like there's the excitement you get when you're chasing a perp down the street. I find that same adrenaline rush when I show somebody how to save $20,000, $30,000 a year in taxes.
So tell us a little bit more about your business and what other projects you might be working on.
We're what would be considered a small CPA firm in New York. We're located about 20 miles outside of Midtown Manhattan on the North Shore of Nassau County. We have a staff of 8, including 4 CPAs. Our focus really is on tax planning, and what we like to do is we like to sit with business owners, whether it's via Skype or in person. We do an analysis on their business and personal returns, and we kind of point out missed deductions or missed opportunities where they could save some significant sum in taxes.
Great, and we want to talk more about the tax planning aspect of your business and the tax resolution aspect, both very important, I believe. But let's get into your journey now. We've all had challenges, and Craig, I want you to tell a story about your biggest challenge, in business or otherwise, but what sticks out in your mind as the biggest challenge that you face? And for our listeners, I'm looking for the actionable steps that you took to really embrace and overcome that challenge.
I think as a business owner, cash flow is always king, but we all experience that problem. But I think the biggest challenge is really time management. Okay, as a business owner, there's so many different things pulling at us. Okay, whether it's staff members, clients, tasks that need to be completed, payroll that needs to be done. So that's a really big challenge. And one way we've dealt with that is we've set up a lot of systems in our business. Okay, we have time slots for different things. We have systems to get things done, so we don't have to worry about things falling through the cracks. So I think systems are very, very important to any business owner.
So give us an example right now of a system that a small business owner or an entrepreneur, our listeners, what can they do right now to put a system into play to help save them time and essentially money? Because again, time is money, right?
Right. I mean, well, it could be as simple as just blocking out certain periods of time during the day where you're not looking at emails, you're not being interrupted by staff members, okay? So you could either work on your business to grow your business or work in your business to get certain tasks done. So I think just being able to block time out and saying, you know what, I need to close my door, I need to get this done for the next 2 or 3 hours. The emails will still be there, the clients will still be there.
Yeah, and I think it's important to realize that email is not necessarily a chat system, right? It is what it is. It is email, right? So treat it as such, is what you're saying.
Exactly. We've become such a 24-hour society that it's very easy to be distracted by, another one of those shiny things. And email is a shiny thing.
Yep, those pings and notifications are often relentless. And what Craig is saying, I think, is that it is integral to compartmentalize this stuff. Now, talk about some of your rewards. Why is it so great to be Craig Cody?
Oh, why is it great? Well, I have a great family. Okay, so that's number one. And I do what I love. So by doing what I love and being able to spend time with my family and doing things that we like to do, it doesn't get any better than that. Whether it's just spending time at home watching TV or being out with the family or doing different things. To me, that's what it's all about. It's all about the family. And if your business is getting in the way of your family, one day you may have a lot of money in the bank, but when it all comes down to it, it's about the people around you.
It's figuring out what's important to us. And part of that equation for you is, I think, chasing down the IRS for some of those tax dollars for your clients. So let's jump into your wheelhouse. Talk about the relentless nature of the IRS and why people and businesses need a tax pro on their side.
We all work very hard for our money, okay? And why should we give extra money to the IRS that they don't deserve? So if there's a legal tax strategy out there that we can use, why don't we use it? I mean, Warren Buffett uses it. All the major big-time names we know, they all have, legions of people looking to save them money. Why can't the small business owner have the same?
Obviously, many of us, or the vast majority of us, are not on the same level as Warren Buffett. How accessible is it to have this tax pro on our side?
Oh, I think it's very accessible. I mean, look at me. I'm out here. I'm in New York. I'm outside of a major metropolitan area. There's millions of people out there, and there's millions of small businesses, and it's just a phone call away to sit down and say, can you help me?
Absolutely, and to some extent, I think the rules are the same. Like everybody's playing within the same framework, to some extent, right?
Exactly, and you know what? As a small business owner, there are a lot of things out there that you can do that a lot of businesses aren't doing, and sometimes it's as simple as choosing the right entity to operate your business out of.
So, what does that mean? An LLC or a corporation, or?
Exactly, an LLC, a sole proprietorship, a corporation, an S corporation. Depending on what type of business you're in, the entity that you've chosen to operate in can significantly change your tax dollars that you would pay.
Right, and a tax coach like yourself can give your best recommendation on what a small business owner or entrepreneur should do to classify their company as well, right?
Correct. That's what we do. We don't get into the legal, as far as, why for legal reasons you're an LLC or in a corporation or an S corporation, but we'll typically work with the attorney, okay? But from strictly a tax perspective, there's reasons why you want to be classified as one type of an entity over another, depending on what type of business you're in.
Okay, so Craig, say all things being equal, what would be the benefit of being an LLC versus a corporation versus a sole proprietorship, et cetera?
All things being equal from a tax perspective, if you are somebody that has, say you're a college professor, okay, and so you teach law school maybe, and you also have your own practice on the side, okay, in that case, maybe you're better off being an LLC versus being a corporation, okay, for tax purposes. Because in an LLC, you're paying self-employment tax on basically every dollar of net profit. Okay, as a W-2 wage earner, as a professor, let's just say you're making $100,000 a year, and so when you complete your tax return at the end of the year as an LLC, you're going to pay self-employment tax on basically 15% on basically the next $20,000, and then everything over that you're going to pay about 3% to Medicare. Okay, if you were a corporation, you'd have to pay 15% on all your salary. Okay, so in that case, it makes sense to be an LLC versus an S corporation.
Absolutely. Okay, so this is research that small business owners and entrepreneurs need to do before they classify their business, and you can certainly help with that, or any tax coach for that matter.
Exactly. Any tax coach would be able to help them, with that decision. Typically, most CPAs are very good at putting the right numbers in the right boxes, but they're not used to being proactive. And as a tax coach, we're very proactive.
Sure, it acts more as a mentor-mentee relationship. Am I right?
Yes, more of an advisor.
Great stuff. Now, can you give us your best recommendations on minimizing taxes from both a personal and business perspective? What can we really do to save money every April?
I think what you need to do is you need to not wait until April to think about saving money. You need to be proactive in the year before, okay? Because, I would rather make history than record history. We'd sit down and we'd look at our entity and we'd see, are we, from a tax point of view, are we the optimum type of entity? And if we're not, we'd look at ways that we could change that entity status, okay, from a tax perspective. And there are ways to do that without changing the actual legal entity. Another thing we wanted to look at is, are we taking reasonable compensation? Okay, the IRS says you have to take reasonable compensation. All right, that doesn't mean it has to be $1 million if your company has close to $1 million in profit before salary. That's something that we look at. Sometimes when a C corporation, the owner is actually taking too much salary, and that could lead to issues with the IRS, because then the IRS loses the tax at the C corporation rate. So the main thing people need to do is you need to be proactive. You need to talk with your advisor, okay, because he can only help you if you communicate with him.
So important to put yourself out there and ask those questions, and don't be scared to ask for help. Now, I'm going to be jumping around here towards the middle and end of the interview here, Craig, but are there any influencers that you follow online or otherwise for your own motivation and inspiration?
Oh, I listen to a whole bunch of podcasts. I would say the podcast that I found, I've only found you. Let's exclude you from that, okay? But Stephen Westner on Onward Nation.
Yeah, great stuff. Yep.
Is really, really good. I listen to all his podcasts, and I jump around a lot of different podcasts. I mean, when I'm exercising, I'm in the car, there's so much time out there, and podcasts are great.
Yeah, we had Steven on the show about 60 or 70 episodes back. Yeah, great guy, great content. Now, again, forgive me for jumping around, but Craig, do you love to win or hate to lose, and why?
I would say I like winning, but I don't like losing, okay? And I really don't like losing when it can be prevented. So, I believe in planning so you don't lose. We all lose sometimes, but I'd rather win than lose.
Absolutely. We all lose sometimes, but we learn every time, I think, right?
Yes. You know what? You need to learn. You need to learn when you lose. There's something good should come out of it.
Now, Craig, give our listeners something actionable. What are you doing to wind down after a long or stressful day?
This time of year in the Northeast, I like to, we belong to a boat club about 10 minutes from the office, and we'll shoot out there maybe 3, 4, 5 o'clock and just pick up some takeout and sit on a boat, just relax, watch the sunset, look at the New York City skyline.
Great stuff. Creating a nice freedom lifestyle for yourself, it sounds like, huh?
Yes.
Great. Now, I want you to boil this thing down for us. What is the one piece of advice you want to share with our listeners about the importance of tax planning?
I think the key is be proactive, okay? Don't wait till it's too late to be able to do something, okay? If we wait till April, there's not a whole lot you can do. But if you act now, you have 4 months left to the end of the year. There's a lot of strategies that can be implemented. And, our average tax plan is going to save the typical small business owner around $20,000 a year.
Wow, man, that's an extremely meaningful number. A lot of money to the average small business owner for sure. Now, look, there are strategies out there, and tax coach Craig Cody has helped to make sense of some of those strategies. Craig, if people want to learn more about this stuff and learn more about you and your business, how can they connect?
They could go to our website, which is www.craigcodyandcompany.com/small business. And they could actually opt in to receive a copy of our book.
Awesome. Awesome. Great little gift for the Small Business Society. That's craigcodyandcompany.com/Bidsy. Thanks for that generous gift. Craig, this has been a quick one, but it's filled with a ton of great info that we need to consider immediately in order to ensure the health of our business at tax time. Go to the link that Craig's created in the show notes and learn more with his Amazon bestseller, Secrets of a Tax-Free Life. Again, Craig, thanks for taking the time to join me on the show today. You take care.
Thank you for having me.
Bidsy.com is the website that connects customers and respected local businesses. Customers list goods or services they need, and businesses bid on them. Customers, if you're looking for a service provider or a local professional, go to Bidsy.com and post your projects for free. Businesses, if you're looking for new customers or a way to expand your customer base, sign up for your 30-day free trial today at Bidsy.com. Thank you for joining us today on Bidsy Small Business Society. Go to Bidsy.com for information and resources on how you can grow your business. Support Bidsy Small Business Society by writing a review and giving us a 5-star rating in iTunes. Your positive review and 5-star rating will allow us to continue bringing you free, valuable content from amazing and inspiring entrepreneurs and small business owners. Rate and review Bidsy Small Business Society today.